Okay, 3, 2, 1. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And how are we doing today, boys and girls? Let's get this started off right. Let's get this shared to the Book of Faces and get this done and around. Then I'll pop up the live stream. And yeah, we'll start doing the thing. So grab a cup of coffee, let's sit back, have a chat, and start this Sunday off right. Yeah? And I know my posts are just... What is this? Whatever. Share now, public. That's that. Let's pop out this chat. We're almost there. Pop out the chat. Select all, yeah. And we'll do copy. Go into here and do the doobly-doo and properties. Posts. Alright, and chat is live. So, alright, we are all good and set and ready to go this morning. Let me turn off the thing. Yep. Okay. Oh, boy. I am showing you way more energy right now than I actually have myself. So I'm definitely going to need this coffee. So I got myself some coffee, a couple cookies, and some fantastic banana nut bread. So yeah. New unreads. So today, I'm thinking about making some, at least running a small experiment. I think I'm going to try and make a little box. But that's not really the experiment. The experiment will be doing a live edge hinge. And I think we can do that pretty quickly today. I mean, I don't make any guarantees, but we'll see. And it is unfortunate how dead my chat has been the last week. But, part of life, right? So, let us pop up the Laser software, and I'll see how I can, if I can get this rolling here. Resident Arts and Crafts. Good morning, all. Morning, Ken. How are we doing today, brother? Thanks for tuning in. So we're gonna go over to Lightburn here. We'll save that because for whatever reason that didn't save. So I just did this project here. A lot of like little almost embroidery hoops, and I'm using a new, instead of using regular 1/8 plywood, I'm using this stuff, which I believe I got this from Joann Fabrics. Is Aspen Plywood Nominal. It's 3 millimeters by, nominal is 1/8 by 12 by 24, which is about 3 millimeters thick. And this stuff cuts very nicely on the laser. This is what I'm going to try doing my little experiment at today. Because I'm in the process of making some wedding rings, and it looks like it's going to be about a year. They've pushed back the wedding because of reasons, and it looks like it's going to be about a year now until the wedding. The wedding was supposed to happen yesterday, so they're pushing it back. So I want to do like a little box type thing for them, so that it'll be nice, and it'll be a little bit, hopefully, harder to lose. So what I want to do is like a living hinge type thing, and I've never done that, so we're gonna have to just give it a shot. Doing well. Tired using a deep pour. Tried using a deep pour resin yesterday. Very disappointed in the results. Oh, that sucks. What happened to it? Like, was it too deep of a pour? Was it too much volume? So like, was it like, did it have too much of an exothermic reaction where it kind of boiled and bubbled and destroyed the mold, or like what happened? Let's see, I used dried flowers in it, and once it started heating up and curing, got many bubbles. Ah. I know for something like that, you definitely need your pressure pot. Just because it is such a weird, like it is so easy to trap all of those little bubbles and stuff, and even if you can't see them at first, as things start heating up, obviously the air starts heating up because it's an exothermic reaction. It heats up. It's crystal clear before the reaction. Yeah, so that's exactly what I'm saying. As soon as the reaction starts to kick and it starts heating up and doing its thing, it takes those air bubbles that you cannot see and just blows them up to ridiculous sizes. So that's the only two ways I could think of getting around that. Three ways. Possibly four. One would be to have a long set, so something with a really, really, really long pot life, which also means a ridiculously long cure time, usually. But you do a pour and wait a week anyway, so it doesn't matter. And have the flour in there, and do the pour, and having the long pot life and the long cure time will allow those bubbles to propagate, move up out of the way, and then be taken care of. You know, they'll move up to the surface, and surface tension won't allow them to pop. But you can either sand them off or just take a torch and flame them. 2, pressure pot. We've talked about this. The bubbles are going to be there regardless. So you're going to have to find a way to deal with them. So if they're microscopic before it starts kicking off, the best thing to do is to keep them microscopic. And then number 3, I think, would be to dip your resin. Like dip the flour in resin, if that makes sense. Just so that it has that whole coating, super thin coating on it, before, like a day before you do your I dipped. And just let that resin and stuff, you know, run off and stuff, and then address any bubbles there, so that when you encapsulate the whole thing in like a prism or a crystal or whatever of resin, there'll be less chance of little air bubbles and artifacts getting stuck. Or 4, and I don't know why this is coming to me, but I'm thinking spritz the flour with alcohol. Just because I know they use alcohol dyes and stuff, and that flour, even though it's dried, is alright, still is going to contain a bunch of air, right? And like I said previous, as that reaction kicks off, it's going to heat up and cause those air bubbles to expand. So one good way that I'm thinking about getting that out is by using alcohol. And I guess you would almost want to use a vacuum chamber. I have a vacuum chamber, so maybe we could, if you're off a day or two this week for whatever reason, maybe we could set that up and run a test. But essentially what you would do is you would get a thing of alcohol, and it's the same way you do resin impregnation to stabilize wood. You suck out all the air, right? And that's going to allow, that's gonna take all the air out of the flour, and then you slowly let the pressure back in, and that flour then, or that object, is going to act as a sponge and suck in all of what's around it. In this case, it would be alcohol, because I know alcohol works well with most resins. You have alcohol dyes and stuff for the resins. That one's completely off the wall experimental. The other ones have at least some merit in practicality and what I've seen online. Very interesting, though. Very interesting. I like questions and problems like this because it forces me to start thinking outside the box. Now, yeah, very interesting. I like that. Now, let me swap over to my... Oh, by the way, the coffee I'm drinking today, I forgot to tell everyone, is it's actually from Walmart, of all places. but it's the Great Value Creme Brulee coffee. It's actually pretty good. Now, I almost always drink my coffee black, so I like trying the actual flavor of the coffee itself. And this one is surprisingly good. So, let's flip this around to the design screen. We'll go over here and File, New. Now the rings are all smaller than my rings. Most people's rings are smaller than mine. So what I want to do is have this as a small, oh, there's a pen cap but no pen. That's useless. Do I have any pens over here? Do I not have anything to draw with? There we go. Because drawing is important. So I want to have a small box. And this box needs to be, my ring's about 1 inch and a 1/16, almost an 1/8, yeah, 1.1 outer diameter. So what we'll do is a 2-inch by 2-inch by 3-inch box, which means and if I want to do it as a living hinge, this back piece needs to be no, 2 inches, and the height needs to be 3 plus 2, let's say 5. I think they have the width and the height. Ah, that's why they're locked. No. 2. Okay, that looks better. Okay, so let me just make sure no one's trying to chat. Okay. Let's have a cookie too while we're at it. Now, so actually, you know what, let's delete this. No, let's move this out of the way for a minute. And we'll do this here, unlocked. The height we'll do 0.75 inches. So that'll kind of be the radius of the thing. I'll do the width at what, 2 inches. how do I, like, you know, designing things in this program is difficult. Mostly, I guess, because I'm used to AutoCAD. Like, I'm not sure. Oh, shift? Is that what I need? Look. I think this is how I do it. I think. So do that. What we'll do is we'll copy this. We'll take that and we'll copy this again. Okay, so we got that set of lines, right? Now let's take this whole thing. Now we'll paste it over here. And from what I can think, I can be completely wrong on this, so please do not take my word as gospel here. If we split the difference here, and then we take this whole thing kind of like an array. Copy that, paste it back over here. Alright, and what we'll do, move this whole thing over to there. And we'll take these guys here. I just want to adjust these up a little bit. Okay. Now, to take that whole thing, actually first, hold on. Let's group this whole thing, and then we'll copy it. That didn't do anything I wanted. Let's put this to just, nope. Let's put that to 21, and we're just going to turn the output of that off. Take this whole thing here. Take this guy. Put it there. And how long will this take? 10 minutes. Okay. So let me close the door here. Let's see if we see what happens if we run this, yeah? Are we ready? We are ready. We are doing the thing.
I asked Mama to try some of Mama's coffee, and then Mama said yes to me, and then I drank some of Mama's coffee.
Ah, okay. Good. Let's see how that works. All right, I am back. Oh, I wasn't even on the design screen the entire time. All right, well, let me show you what I'm doing. Sometimes I swear I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached to my shoulders. So you're just staring at my ugly face the entire time while I was screwed up trying to figure out. So this here is supposedly a living hinge, which means the hinge is actually integral into the material. It's going to be a couple minutes, but we're going to figure that out as it gets closer and closer to it. I need to... You know what I'm saying? So, let's see what comes of this, yeah? Connor plus coffee, can't wait for Super Connor to come. You know, he's a lot like me. Coffee actually calms him down, which is great. Time for some fresh made banana nut bread. We're already 7.5 minutes. 47% complete. Oh, 2.5 minutes have elapsed. Never mind. 7 minutes left. But at least we'll be able to run one test today to see how it worked. Hopefully those lines for that hinge aren't too close. I mean, there's a billion ways to make these things. And I've actually done it before where it was actually, I did it on my bandsaw, where you mark off maybe 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch on either side, and you just run one cut all the way down through the material and stop when you hit that line. You know, flip it around, run it all the way down, stop, flip it around, run it all the way down. It takes forever. But if you do it and you go through and sand everything so that you don't have any super sharp corners, it looks really nice. So this might work, this might not. I don't need to get, this doesn't need to be perfect, I just need to be able to get a 90-degree bend in it. I know the bend's gonna have a big radius and stuff, but that's fine. Halfway there. Oh, it says 84% done. So, let's see. Let's just wait. Slowly losing my mind. World of creation. I absolutely love that song. Not the stupid lyrics I sing, but in the Hall of the Mountain King, it's just, there are so many applications for that, both serious and whimsical and hilarious. It's just a great song. And I think the most recent one running through TikTok is something along the lines of running away from consequences of my actions, consequences. Here come the consequences of my actions. I run. And something like that. Good times, fun times. Come on, come on, come on, come on. 99%. Now you gotta finish. Now you gotta finish that last 1%. Come on. It says it has 2.5 minutes left, so, but only 1%. I don't know. I just know when that thing's done, I'll either have a great success or a hilarious failure. If it's a success, great. I have the first piece made. I can just copy it. Boom. One of 2 ring boxes, like half done. If not, however, hopefully I will have learned something. Error code 404. That's my brain. .404 not found. Come on, it's only 1% left. Hurry up. I don't know why it does this. One of my favorite error codes is the IDT10. If you take a second to write IDT10, it's the idiot error code. Idiot. IDOT. Idiot. Whatever. I'm still not completely awake. I haven't really been sleeping well the last 4 or 5 days. So little man on Wednesday went 3 rounds with a yellow jacket nest at the shop, which is just great, you know. Are you done? Da, 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 da. And then there's also the carbon-based error, which, if you know anything, it's the person that's the problem. Oh, okay, hey, we're done. Let's see what we got. Oh. So yeah, I think these cuts were a little too close together, but maybe not. I think it's just stressing on one particular section. Yeah, so these are a little too close together, but regardless, yep, that broke. Okay, so it's one of those center ones. Concept still remains. It's valid. We did it. So what I'm going to do is cut out half of these lines here. And hey, we have a living hinge. Look at that. Wobble, 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 wobble. Actually, you can have a little bit of torsion on it too. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna remove half these lines. We're gonna run it again and see what happens. But the concept works. So is it strong enough? No. I think I had some of these lines just a little too close together. Because like over here, I can see these just sheared right off. So not on this side, but it looks like they're pretty close to snapping. And these ones snapped. So we're going to remove every other line here. We're going to run it again and see what happens. So design screen onto here. Here's what I'm working with. We're going to start from the bottom. We're going to do this. Ungroup it first. Okay, and now, so the grouping of a lot of these was just a little too close. So, what I'll do here is I'll take this line here. fudge those around a little bit so they have a little bit more space in between them. And that looks much better. So what is this run time? 6 minutes, okay. Because here's the thing, like with how fine this was here, I was able to get more than 45 degrees out of just this small section here. And this top section, which was the bigger one, I could get just about 180 out of it. And I don't need that much. So let's make it a little bit more robust. Less lines, bigger spacing. Let's see what happens. Right? Time to head out to work. Catch you next week. All right, Ken, well, thanks for stopping by. This has been fun, and I appreciate it, and hopefully I'll be able to post a picture of my first successful living hinge by the time this is over. Four minutes left, but we're at 60%. I don't see how. I don't know how it does its calculations. I really don't. Hmm. 99%, but 3 minutes left. Why does it do this to me? Why? Is there any reason? Can anyone think of any reason? I do keep that green model up there that I have turned off, just in case I don't like it. I can bring that guy right back down. I think this will work. I hope this will work. It should work. Please work. . what I'm seeing online, like living hinges and stuff, I don't need to be super close with them. I just need to be consistent. And there's another way to do it with a table saw, with plywood, where you cut all the way through except for the very last layer of the plywood. So if it's 7 plies, you're cutting through the thickness of 6 of them, and that way you can have a continuous outside edge, which looks nice for certain things. What I really need now is like a mini drum sander, so that I can cut through all this stuff and then just super high grit, and just run all my pieces through it just to clean up the back of them really good. That would be clutch. Just saying. Seconds. Come on, come on, come on. I know, I'm like super impatient because I think this is going to work. I want it to work. And it sort of almost did, but it was just a little too fragile. Very cool though. Okay, let's see. See if I get like that little mini drum sander just for doing this stuff, and I'll be able to clean that up. So, moment of truth, guys. It does indeed been 90 degrees. Past 90 actually. It works. This is cool. I don't care what anyone says, this is cool. Wow. So why did I want this 3 inches tall? Because like a ring, if I have it in there, only needs to be like 2 inches. Sitting in there like that. That one is still kind of flimsy right there. But that's okay. We did it. Alright guys, anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. This is pretty much the hour. this is cool. This is cool. This is really cool. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you. If you like to see me do like these little experiments and stuff, maybe I should like make actual dedicated videos on how to do these things. Let me know down in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future, what kind of content. I'm thinking about taking a bunch of my TikToks and porting them over to YouTube as shorts and such, just so that, you know, there's more content flowing. And I think I will do a quick couple different tutorials and stuff on how I do the laser and such. Yeah. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you, and thank you for helping make this world better. One kerf for timing. I'll see you all later.